Hey there, Facebook. I'm trying again. My last video did not work. I like being outside, but lately when I'm doing a live stream outside, it tends to die on me. So I'm starting over. So if you missed the first part, I'm going to briefly recap. Say hello if you're jumping on, or if you're coming on to the replay, say hello and say hashtag replay so I know it's from the replay if you want. So the first video died on me, but I'm just going to briefly go back through the conversation that I started on that one. And that was that there are three things that keep you from reaching your dream life. And one of those is you don't know what your dream life is. You don't have goals set up. You don't have a plan in place. So if you don't have that in place, you don't have a guiding factor. Now, a lot of people, when they set up their goals, they set them up like numbers based and things like, I'm going to have so many customers, or I'm going to make so much money, or I'm going to be a best-selling author. And a lot of those are great goals, but they're also somewhat out of your control because it's not something you can just magically do. I mean, it kind of is, but there are steps, right? So when you make those goals, then one thing is don't just write them down. And of course, they say if you have written goals, then you're in the top, I don't know, only maybe 10% people do. But put them somewhere where you're going to see them every day and read them every day, at least once a day. And then make a decision that you're going to take inspired action every day towards your goals. So you're reading them, then you're going to take inspired action every day. You're going to decide that I'm going to do what it takes to get this goal. And when you first get inspired with an action, like you say, I want to be a best-selling author. Well, your inspired action might be that I need to write every day. Sorry, my dog wants some. Crazy dogs, crazy. And in fact, I forgot to share this anywhere. So anyway, when you have these goals and you make the decisions, I got totally conflubbled by my dogs. Conflubbled, is that a word? To do them, to follow through on inspired action. Like your inspired action might be, okay, I'm going to write 1,000 words a day. Well, it's going to feel really good and inspired when you first start it, but then every day it's not going to feel inspired. That's when it becomes a decision. Like, I knew it was inspired for me to write 1,000 words a day to do this book, so I'm going to continue to write 1,000 words a day, even if I feel like they're crap words, even if I don't feel like writing today, So that's the second one, is to make that decision to follow your inspired action, even when it doesn't feel good. I mean, at first, it almost always, you're like, yeah, that's a good idea. And then the next day you're like, maybe I don't want to do that. No, you have to keep following through. Okay, and then here's where the alchemy comes in. Actually, the alchemy does come in when you make a decision, but beyond that, we have crazy dogs. This is why I don't live stream in the kitchen. Okay, so the next thing is that you actually have to be the person who has the thing before you have the thing. And that sounds kind of tricky, like how do you do that? You have to step into that energy right now of being the person who is we're gonna just go with the best-selling author. Like, your goal might be different, but if you're gonna be a best-selling author, then you have to step into the energy and hold that energy of being a best-selling author, whether or not you are a best-selling author right now. I mean, obviously you're not right in this moment, but there is a part of you that has that energy because you have that dream and desire to be something. It's available to you. You just have to step into that energy. And that can be tricky for people. I think that's the trickiest part of the law of attraction. It's the trickiest part of alchemy. It's the trickiest part of like creating the life of your dreams and living a magical life, is believing that you can and stepping into that energy now. And a lot of us, like, one of the main reasons we don't is because whatever our higher self, our queen, for those of you who are in the Wake Up Queen Challenge, When they tell us what we need to do, when they give us inspired action, it's almost always a little scary. And the reason it's scary is because you're not that person yet. You have to take that action to become that person. So what's keeping you from your goals is not necessarily that you don't know how to take the actions or what the actions are. It's just that you haven't fully stepped into that energy of being that person who takes those actions. And then taking those inspired actions is actually what makes you into the person who easily has what you want to have. And, it's a paradox, but you're already that person, but until you step into that energy, until you claim it for yourself, it's really, really hard to create it. So one of the things that I'm doing, and it sounds geared to women in a way it is, or people who are more feminine, but you can definitely do it anyway and just put in the king instead of the queen. But currently I'm doing a queen challenge, a wake up your queen challenge. So that's why we do this. Is the queen is a metaphor for your higher self. Your higher self is the one who gives you all the good guidance. Your queen is the one that gives you all the good guidance, right? The queen is the leader in your life. Without the leader, you're filling all the other roles in your life. You're the peasant running around, you're the groundskeeper, you're the knight. But without the queen, without the ruler, without the monarch, without the king energy, you don't have that vision. And a lot of us, when we're little, we listen to the queen, right? The queen of ourselves. We know what we want and we go after it. But then people tell us that you shouldn't do that. You're being a little too extra. Oh, you can't really achieve that goal, honey, or whatnot. And so we start saying, maybe these people are smart and my queen is not so smart. And I'm going to put her away because people are looking at me funny, or I'm not sure if I'm good enough to be this person. So we take the queen and we lock her in the dungeon. She gets really bored after living there for a long time. She goes to sleep. So when you want to create the life of your dreams, it's really, really good to wake up that queen energy. And that's your higher self. That's your higher self that is always there and is really not asleep. But to you, she's asleep because you haven't paid attention to her. I mean, she's the queen. She likes attention. She needs attention. So I'm going to put in here a quick link. It is free. It's going to be a free 3-day challenge. We've already started a free Facebook group, which the free Facebook group, we have the, I can't find me, I'm not here. We have the Care and Feeding of the Queen, and it's already getting quite rave reviews. So, and then we're going to be doing many more cool things in there. Let me see if I can post it in here for you. Apparently I can't. Why is Wi-Fi not working properly? Let me try on a different browser. Maybe. Okay, so there should be ting. Let me see if it's coming. Okay, more info right there on the 3-day challenge to wake up your queen. It's a little wonky. It has weird question marks in it. I don't know why it did that, but it will tell you that we're doing 3 days. The first day we're going to be doing a meditation on how to connect with your queen and wake her up. And the second day, we're going to be clearing blocks to your queen energy. And then on the third day, we're going to be activating and attuning to your queen energy. And if you follow through and you come all 3 days and you do the exercises, that's going to put you in a really good place to start creating from that energy the things that you want in your life. Obviously, you still have to keep listening to her once you've woke her up. You need to follow the guidance and intuition that you get. Okay, so it's kind of crazy in my house with dogs, and so I'm gonna go now, but I will talk to you soon.